What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over a full day of eating that allows me to perform in the gym, stay lean year round, as well as not waste any time on fancy shit. We're going to go over ingredients, hacks, things that are going to save you a lot of time, as well as best practices on how to go about setting up your full day of eating. If it's your first time here, my name is Alan Jaramillo, a CPT based out of Houston, Texas, and I like making fitness and nutrition super fucking simple. So if you're here for that, great. Smash the like button if you like this video. Let's get into it. Meal one is gonna take place around 11:30, and I don't really like to waste too much time in the morning. I'm not a huge breakfast person, so I will actually push off my meals and maybe just have a coffee or something before I have my first meal breaking my fast at around 11:30. Now, I do practice like some form of intermittent fasting, but I wouldn't say that I'm like too rigid on the 16-hour fast, 8-hour eating window. I just like to skip breakfast so I can save more calories for the end of the day. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a ready rice pack from Uncle Ben's. I'm gonna put it in for the microwave 90 seconds only. And then I'm gonna take out already my pre-cooked chicken breast and I'm gonna weigh that out while my rice is cooking because I'm just trying to save a lot of time in the morning. I'll also pull out my condiment of choice, which is G. Hughes Thai chili. If you can find these at a Walmart, huge dieting hack. They make everything taste really good and it's super easy for you to just put on a lot of different foods, and they have different flavors as well. For meal two, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the chicken breast again. I usually stick to 1 or 2 protein sources max for the entire week, so I don't like to switch things up too much. So for meal two, what I'll do is I'll end up having zucchini seasoned with a bunch of like really nice spices. Sometimes I'll even put on like fat-free mozzarella cheese. Before my training session, about an hour or two out, I'll usually have a little bit of a snack just to hold me over, and that's when I'll go for some rice cakes, which are super easy and convenient, as well as a high protein Greek yogurt. And these are super easy, that it take no prep time, and I usually mix the two and have one where I'll have like the rice cake and I'll spread it on there. After training will usually be my last meal of the day, and this is where I like to get creative. I'm in a relationship just like many of you. If you do have a significant other that you're trying to kind of combine meals with, I would suggest just waiting for the end of the day to really like get creative with dinner, because that's where you can have the most time to get creative. For greens, we usually do a salad that consists of arugula, goat cheese, balsamic vinaigrette, as well as some pecans as well. For our protein, we'll usually stick with something pretty lean, so top round steak is a really good lean choice. I promise it's not gonna taste like ribeye steak, but we're choosing to have fats in other meals and get creative with other types of foods, so it's kind of like a give and a take. That's our preference. And since we do have more time, I do like to cook and saute potatoes. How I usually make them is I'll get the little baby potatoes, cut them into halves, put them in the air fryer for about 30 minutes on 400, and that's gonna be done with olive oil, salt, paprika, pepper, and garlic powder. Now it's time for dessert. So for dessert, I usually stick with something lower calorie, but still pretty sweet, so I choose to do a Halo Top. The entire pint of ice cream for Halo Top is 330 calories. No, it's not Ben & Jerry's, but like I said, it's a give and a take. I'm still able to enjoy ice cream and stay within my macros and calories for the day, and that's how I prefer to do it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the bonus section of this video. So I'm gonna share with you 2 bonuses that make my life significantly easier, and maybe you can try this on your own. If it works for you, great. If it's not your style, that's fine too. Everyone has their own different way of approaching nutrition to make it more sustainable for them, and this is just my own personal way. I would not be able to do this shit if it wasn't for microwavable options. Ready rice, tuna in a can with olive oil. The tuna in water definitely doesn't taste good, so I wouldn't recommend that one. But we also have things like oatmeal, ready rice packets, things that are gonna be a little bit easier, like Perdue ready chicken breast cutlets and stuff like that. Those things are super easy to make. They come already prepared and you just need to heat them up. After coaching people for 5+ years, I've understood that most people really do struggle with late night snacking. And I actually did the same. Like, I grew up in a Latino household where we were having dinner at like 9 p.m. or sometimes 10. People over there, like in like Latin America and even in Spain where my family's originally from, they have late dinners. So naturally, I'd always get hungry at night growing up and going through college and that point of my life. So basically, my biggest recommendation is to follow what I call the carbs after dark method. I didn't create this or popularize it or anything like that, but I use it, and that's what I call it with my clients. So what you do is you save about 50 to 60% of your carbohydrate intake and leave it for later on in the day. That way you can afford to have more tastier food options as well as go to bed satisfied. That's it, guys. I like to eat this way because it keeps it super simple, tasty, and it saves me a lot of time. I'm definitely not the person to portray exotic meals, spend hours in the kitchen or anything like that. Just like you, I'm pretty busy and I don't like to waste too much time eating meals. I also understand that a lot of you guys out there have busy jobs, kids, you're dealing with a lot of external factors coming in, and you do not want to waste too much time on meal prepping or making your meals and eating them throughout the week. Even if you have a desk job, this is pretty easy to stick to because everything that I mentioned you can bring with you to work in a lunchbox. If you want to see more videos about what I personally do, please feel free to drop suggestions down below about what you want to see next. Subscribe to the channel and gently destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I really would appreciate it. See you guys in the next one.